Hi guys, welcome back. It's UK here with another video response to new RPG community member Sameoldji. A couple of days ago he did two videos. What do you love about role-playing games and what do you hate about role-playing games? And I thought, well, drop it into one vid and see what comes of it. What do I love about RPGs? One, I love being able to spend time with my friends. I am one of those geeks, pretty much, who I would probably say 90% of my friends are gamer buddies, you know, whether it's role-playing, card games, board games, what have you. But in this day and age, most of these guys and girls have gone off and they've got jobs, or they've got married and they've now got families, or they've got commitments. It means that you don't see them as often as you used to, and I feel quite pleased that we get a night a week where we can get together still and play, and we can have a laugh and what have you, but we can still do the hobby that we all did or have done for the last 20 odd years, and I think that's a big thumbs up for me. Secondly, I love RPGs because you get to use your imagination, and unfortunately we live in a very dull and banal world. It's take a step outside your front door and pretty much I'm one of those people who looks at everything and just goes, it's shades of grey. We live in a very dull, and they don't want you to think, they want you to just be mindless sheeple, and well, sometimes you have to go out and do that. When you're playing something like an RPG, you can use those imagination muscles, as it were, and you can experience things, alright, in your head, but you can experience things that you would never have the opportunity or perhaps never want to do in real life. Which comes into sort of like my third point, which was going to be, depending on what you do, you've lived another life. You lived that life that you couldn't possibly do, and I think that's a huge thing. On a personal level, I love it because I've always had an interest in things like monsters and fantasy and mythology and what have you, and a game like Dungeons and Dragons, for example, lets you use all those elements, or if you like horror movies or whatever, you can use that into a Call of Cthulhu game. So yeah, that's the kind of things why I love for it. I get to spend time with my friends, who I wouldn't normally get, and I get to live these other lives almost, and I get to experience things that I would never get to experience in real life, which is quite cool. What the things I dislike about RPGs? That's a hard question to answer, I think, for me. The only things that I dislike is the fact that, and I suppose in a way this is a good and a bad, but I generally view it more on the negative side, which is everybody is different. It is a good thing because we have this shared hobby and we can all do it our own way, and nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's just like that. But there are times I kind of think, and I look over message boards and internet sites and so forth, and I puzzle at the way that certain people play their games, or they want to play their games, and sometimes I wish things were a little bit more uniform. What else? I hate, this is slightly different, but I hate how it's so... Things change. We all know this. The world changes, life changes, you've got to try and move on. I am the sort of person who's stuck in the past. Here am I, personally, sort of like coming up to my 40s, and I still have the mindset I had when I was like 16. I don't change. I'm not a big fan of change, and I don't like how the hobby has moved. Gaming stores are disappearing left and right because people just want to save money and buy things cheaper on the internet, which in my opinion is destroying how people meet new role players and how people find role-playing games and so forth. I hate this notion that people no longer sit around, have to sit around a table and role play. People can now do it over Skype, or they can chat type it, sort of thing. So to me, that's not role playing. To me, role playing is you sit at a table, you can read the body language of the person next to you, you've got eye contact, you are having to do you are being social, and I don't think it works across a Skype sort of thing. So I don't like where that's going. I don't like that more people are going into things like World of Warcraft, because that's less time consuming, doesn't have to get everybody together. So people aren't picking up in high school and university, whatever, role-playing games as much as they were. That's the sort of thing that I dislike. It's not the games themselves, it's just how things have moved on. And while I don't think RPGs are going to die off or anything like that, I do think that the role-play publishers and the community out there needs to adjust itself and turn around and go, look, guys, yes, things move along, but we need to be doing something to draw people into the hobby. To be fair, this is probably a video for another topic, but you know, but that would be what I loves and what I hates about RPGs. Anyway, I'll be interested on your comments on that, whether you agree, disagree, what have you. So let me know, and we'll see what happens. Until then, take care and good gaming.